Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello, good day everyone. Today I will discuss about Network Communications Wireshark Lab. Before this one, I will introduce myself. Myself Nulisma Tanni. I'm basically from Bangladesh, but I stay in Malaysia at the moment. I'm graduating from Malaysia with software engineering. My university is University Technology Malaysia and is also known as UTM. I belong to a nuclear family. I'm a self-motivated, punctual, disciplined, and hardworking person. My short-term purpose is to determine a job in a reputed and reliable software company, and my long-term goal is to find a good destination to build my career and improve the organization. I'm also a web designer and developer. My interests are to read books, write, explore new topics, travel, cook, and the like. So this is something about me. Thanks a lot for your attention. Now I'm going to start my academic course, Network Communications Wireshark Lab-2. So this is our lab instruction. First of all, we will do the basic HTTP GET and response instructions. In here we use the Chrome web browser and set up our packet sniffer and describe it, and here the given one link. We should open this link, and if we select Wi-Fi connection and start capturing and we refresh it, I think I should stop. If we type HTTP, then see here of the HTTP. Okay, so find our question. So in my browser running HTTP version 1.0 or 1.1. Let's see. In here my version is 1.1. And another question is, what version of HTTP is the server running? Let's see. Is also 1.1. So both are running HTTP 1.1. Next, which language does the browser indicate that except to the server? So this is a hyper text protocol section. If we see here the accept language, English GB and English US. Next, what is the IP address of my computer and this server address? So this is the source and this is my IP address and this is the destination. Next, what is the status code returned from the server to my browser? Okay, so send message is HTTP 1.1304 not modified. This message they returned. Next, when was the HTML file that I'm retrieving last modified at the server? Okay, let's see. Last modified server time is last modified Wednesday December 2, 2020, 6 p.m. So next, how many bytes of content are being returned to my browser? So here if we see, the internet protocol version, we can see here the total length is 638. Next is, by inspecting the raw data, the packet contents window, do I see the header within the data that are not displayed in the packet listing windows? If so, name one. Okay, so no, all of the headers can be found in the data row. So now the question number 2, the HTTP condition get or response interaction. So here we see here of the file 1, and here another one, link browse. Here the get message okay. So let's again capture start. Okay, so if we refresh it, and now to stop it, and if it is HTTP, if we see, so our question is, inspect the contents of the first HTTP GET request from my browser to the server. Do I see any if modified scenes line in the HTTP GET? Actually no. The first HTTP GET requested from my browser to the server, I don't see an if modified scenes line in the HTTP GET. So next question is, inspect the contents of the server response. Did the server explicitly return the contents of the file? How can I tell? Yes, because we can see the contents in the line based text data field. So number 10, now inspect the contents of the second HTTP GET request from my browser to the server. Do I see an if modify scenes line in the HTTP GET? If so, what information follow the if modified scenes header? So my answer is yes. The information followed is Wednesday, 2nd December 2020, 6 p.m. is the date of the last modification of the file from the previous GET request. So next question, what is the HTTP status code phrase returned from the server in response to the second HTTP GET? Did the server explicitly return the contents of the file? Explain. Okay. So for the question 11, my answer is the status code and phrase returned from the server HTTP 1.1304 not modified. The server didn't return the contents of the file since the browser loaded it from its cache. So So that's all question number 2. Question number 3, retrieving long documents. If we open this one, okay, wait, and we start it, capture, start, continue with saving. If we start capturing for file 3, and wait for some times, and I stop here. Now if I see HTTP, see, okay. Question was, how many HTTP GET request messages did my browser? Which packet number in the track contain the GET message for the bill or rights? Okay, let's see. So for file 3, when we start capturing, and here when we finish it show here I get HTTP GET request message 1, 2. So So 3 HTTP GET request message I send my browser. So next question is, which packet number in the track contains the status code, the phrase associated with the response to the HTTP GET request? So for there, if we continue with TCP, here we see how many data contents TCP segment were needed to carry the single HTTP response. So here are the total, the frame length, capture length 654 bytes, and that is also the 5232 bits. So now the next question is, what is the status code and phrase in the response? Here again, if we HTTP GET, so here have no HTTP 1.1304 not modified, nothing here shows. So here HTTP not modified 304, code and phrase associated with the response to the HTTP GET request. Next question is, you see the how many data content TCP segment were needed to carry the single HTTP response, and the text will be a bill of rights. So let's see. Here have the TCP 6 data content TCP segment, total bytes 2360 bits, and bytes 295 bytes. So that's all number 3. Number 4, HTML documents with embedded object. Let's open our new one. Okay. If we use start capturing, and browser have also refreshed. And let's see. Okay, wait a little bit. So I stop here. We search HTTP. Okay, let's go our question. So question 16, how many HTTP GET request message did my browser send to which internet address were GET request sent? Check our so here have, if we see here, to get HTTP message request sent to the internet address destination, this one and this one. So it's like same destination, and also it is the not modified. So to internet address 128.119.245.12 is same like another. So HTTP GET message internet address. So question number 17, can I tell whether my browser download the two images serially or whether they are downloaded from the two websites in parallel? Explain. Okay, by checking the TCP port, if we see, the files were downloaded serially. Sequence relative is a sequence number. And serially or file we are downloaded serially or parallelly. In the case the two images were transmitted over two TCP connections, therefore they were downloaded serially. So that's all question number 4. Now I'm going to question number 5, HTTP authentication. So same, we need to open this one. Here have the username and also a password. So let's what was our instruction. Make sure my browser case is cleared and discussed above. Close down my browser and start up my browser. Start up the packet sniffer. Okay, now start capturing. So if we capture start, and also let's see what happened now. Okay, wait a bit. Okay, now stop. And if I type HTTP, see unauthorized. Okay, let's see our question. So what is the server's response? Status code and phrase in response to the initial HTTP GET message from my browser. So for this question my answer is my status code is 401 and phrase is unauthorized. We see it was okay. next question is, when my browser sends the HTTP GET message for the second time, what new field include in the HTTP GET message? Okay, so for this one we need to find the when second time the HTTP GET message, what the new field include the HTTP GET message. Okay, so for this one, second time get message, here have second time get message when there that time the authorization is basic this number, and I try using password and username. I get my name and also the password, it also shows here. When the get message, it shows the authorization. If we check the first one, see here have no authorization because here have unauthorized. Then when again they send a message, it show authorization, and basic this one, and credentials what we put inside the username and password. That's all for question number 5. In this lab, many things I learned, like my IP address, another how can I get another website to IP address can catch. Actually this lab was very interesting. I enjoyed this lab. Thank you for your attention. That's all for lab 2.